I think a big thing with car stereos too is that it's like at lower volumes you're not going to hear much of a difference, but as you get louder and louder, that's when things
You don't
start
lose the clarity like you do with like cheaper ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because most people cruise around, like, let's say their volume goes to 30 in their car. Most people are cruising around at like a 6 or a 7.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, this song's a banger and no one else is in the car. You might go to like a 12 or a 15.
Yeah.
But no one's listening to their car at 30.
Right.
I was thinking about this. My TV has, I think, 200 different volume notches.
You listen to like the first 20.
I don't even, not even, I don't even like go outside a range of like 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I think my TV goes to 100, and I'm usually somewhere between like 10 and maybe if it's a quiet movie, maybe I go up to 20.
Yeah. Mine has 100, and it goes up in increments of 0.5.
Interesting.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's a Samsung thing, isn't it?
Mine's a TCL.
Oh.
I keep it at like 54, and if the dishwasher's running or something like that, I might bump it up to 56.
It's probably because the volume's in metric.
Maybe, yeah.
So, did you figured out what speakers you're gonna do in the car yet? Are you gonna put the foam speakers in the car?
I don't think I'm gonna put the foam things in the car because that would be too much of a pain in the ass. Yeah, but I'm trying to like, do I want to do a subwoofer in the trunk? Do I want to, or is it just like 4 normal speakers? 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Is that okay?
Have you thought about making this like a potential test crossover? And what I mean by that is,
I know
I built let's call it, I don't know, we're brainstorming here. I built a modern subwoofer. So you talk about like what goes into building a subwoofer. Maybe you wire up the speakers and do all that tech and stuff like that. And then you're like, now we're gonna go and shop and build the subwoofer cabinet. And you know where this is gonna go? In my retro BMW, which is a project that I'm working on. And you're going to make this like custom subwoofer enclosure that's going to go in there. So people who are familiar with your channel are going to get a hit with the tech that they love. But it's a little boop.
Yeah.
Tweak,
You could even do like a call to action. Like, if you want to hear more about the car, let me know in the comments.
I'm curious. I go back and forth about whether I should do the car content. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just keep it as like a me thing and
a hobby. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Just somewhere where I can go and like work on it. The interesting thing about working on the car too is like when I'm working on speakers and game consoles and stuff like that, I'm pretty confident about what I'm saying. I have enough of a knowledge base that I know I'm not going to like say something wrong. Whereas with the car, I'm still learning a lot,
Give me an example.
Okay.
What's something that you would work on that you would be fine doing it yourself, but you wouldn't feel confident to make a video on it?
I don't know if this is a great example. Well, that turned out okay, actually. I had to replace all the brake lines on the car.
Great. Okay.
And it was kind of complicated. I was doing a lot of things. It took me way longer than I thought it was going to take. And I didn't necessarily know that I would actually be able to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that I was going to be successful at the end of it. And that's a hard proposition to make a video about.
I understand.
Like, I might get to the end of it and be like, God damn, I actually had to take this to a mechanic who actually knows what they're doing and have them sort it out rather than trying to keep pounding away at it myself.